This is Time Signatures with Jim Irvin, a podcast and radio program presented by the Capital Area Blues Society in Lansing, Michigan.
Driving up and down these Michigan roads, yeah.
And now, here he is, your host, Jim Irvin.
Baby, I'm home.
Well, hi there and welcome. This is a special message to inform you that Time Signatures with Jim Irvin is teaming up with an incredible 501c3 nonprofit that I truly believe in. In fact, you just recently met Stephen Salter, founder of the Killer Blues Headstone Project, in a special episode. But as I began my journey in the world of podcasting, I decided that I would find a way to give back to the blues community. And partnering with the Killer Blues Headstone Project just makes sense. So what is the Killer Blues Headstone Project, you ask? Nearly 15 years ago, Stephen stopped by a cemetery to pay his respects to a blues musician who had recently passed. And when he got there, he learned that this musician lay in an unmarked grave. And that just didn't sit well with him. And so, Stephen set about learning the ins and outs of purchasing and placing headstones so these musicians would no longer rest in unmarked graves. And now, 15 years later, Stephen Salter and the Killer Blues Headstone Project has placed nearly 160 headstones in 16 states. Imagine that, would you? And this is not a cheap venture, my friends. Stephen told me that when he began this project, a headstone averaged around $400 a piece. Today, that cost has tripled, costing nearly $1,200 for each headstone. And so it is with great pleasure that I welcome Stephen Salter and the Killer Blues Headstone Project to the Time Signatures backdrop. From this point forward, we will prominently display the Killer Blues logo, as well as a link to the website on the description of every episode. I guess you could call this sort of a reverse sponsorship. Stephen told me during a recent interview that the first thing he needs is money. He has a list of between 25 and 30 known unmarked grave sites ready for headstones once he gets the necessary funds to order them. Last year alone, Killer Blues placed 8 of these headstones, and you can visit their website to see photos of every headstone placed to date. Talk about transparency. And so I encourage all of you to visit killerblues.net today. Check out the website, buy something from their online store, and by all means, make a donation, whether it's $1, $10, $100, $1,000 or more. Let's all pitch in and help Stephen and the Killer Blues Headstone Project get these headstones placed. And let's honor our blues musicians so that they're no longer resting in unmarked graves. Thank you.